Evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. 18 years after the murder of Connie Belter, the Appleton Police Department is once again reaching out to the public, asking for any new information.
They believe someone must know something that could help solve this cold case. 56-year-old Connie Belter was a mother and grandmother who worked as a loan processor at a local bank at the time of her death. Earlier in this investigation, police had looked at a coworker in connection with the case, but made no arrests. In a First Alert update, Drew Best brings us more details after speaking with investigators today. Drew.
Bill and Cammie, on this day in 2006, Belter was found beaten to death in her home, or Belter rather, on the northeast side of Appleton near Memorial Park. Today, the Appleton Police Department's investigative unit put out this video on YouTube asking for any relevant information about the case. Sergeant Chutao is saying every year around this time, the department reminds the public to come forward with any tips. Tao says you do not need to have any hard evidence. Anyone can bring them information, and they will do the investigative work themselves.
We have been working very, very hard on the case, have continually work on the case, but we do need citizens in the community, anybody with any information to contact us to assist us.
Sergeant Tao says detectives have kept in contact with the family throughout the investigation, still working to help bring justice to Connie and her loved ones. Anyone with information about the death of Connie Belter can call the Appleton Police Department at the number on your screen, 920-832-5500, or you can remain anonymous by submitting a tip on the Appleton Police Department website. Cammie and Bill.